Hello everybody and welcome to another City Skylines 2 video. This time I will be expanding this park I've been building off camera. You see I've been placing a lot of oak trees here and they've really outgrown the area. You see there are some pathways underneath these trees, so I guess this should be done done again. Maybe make it look a bit better. First I'll start by removing all the existing pathways and trees. Some of these connect up to the subway or the tram line, the race tram line that's over this street. So I'm a little cautious because it took me quite some time to build these, to make them connect to the tram line. So here I turn on the contours so you can see where the hills are. And you know, I like circles, so I try to make a circle around this top of this hill, and I do the same here. I just go with how the terrain slopes, taking in account the angles. The game allows you to make 90-degree angles, so you can make perfect circles. It takes a little fiddling around with the settings, but you can do it. Sometimes it just keeps snapping to things you don't want to do. You don't want to snap to, like you see here. I try to make a little adjustment in what it snaps to, but it just doesn't seem to want to do what I want. But in the end, I managed to do it and make a perfect circle. Same as going around here. This is a little bit of a valley. And here it's a nice place for another circle. Make it a nice size. So it's just large enough, maybe for in the future to make another expansion or a building in the middle. Here's a nice hilltop as well. It's not perfectly aligned on the circle, but eventually this park will be extended across the road. You see it there? It's full of oaks also with pathways and it really needs more detail. So I will be doing that in the future. This is the raised tram line. And now I'm adding a pathway, a little bit more nice than it was before. By changing the number of units, you can just lower it enough to the point that it says slope to steep with this little landing in the middle. That's a nice, yeah, I think a nice pathway. Here we're making the first connection to the park. I'm trying to use shapes that connect to these circles and to the existing roadways. People should be able to flow freely. So I'm making all these paths in a fluid manner. I want to change from a circle to a bit more, I don't know. This is a nice shape. It looks lovely from the air. And I just do the same thing, making use of the snapping, just making it so, yeah, this is a little difficult. So I end up, I usually do that when I don't know what to do. I change to another area. I think about it a little bit. There's a hospital here. Yes, this is the part where I'm trying to build a pedestrian bridge over the busy road that leads up to the coastal area. But that will be for another episode. Just making a rough bridge here. And of course, I will be trying to connect with some pathways leading up to the street. And of course, they have to be round. So let's make them round and a nice 90-degree angle. And the same on this side. Yeah, and here I have a pedestrian bridge. In the future, I will be doing the same thing with the park you see on the left here. You can a little bit see the pathways that are there. But they're completely overgrown. I never knew these oak trees would grow so large. So I've learned from that, and now I'm making use of somewhat smaller plants and trees. You will see a little bit later. Yeah, just continuing to using these fluent lines. So everything, yeah, if you want to go from the one side to the other side, or if you want to go run or walk or make a nice round, you always have the shortest route, and you yeah, just go with the flow, but also having a little bit of respect for the shape of the land, the hills, and they're not very steep on this side, but they are on the coastal side. You can a little bit see the lines are close together, so how closer they are, the steeper the incline is. And here I'm just trying to continue the just trying to imagine how I would walk through this park and which paths I would want to take to get to my destination, or maybe to just walk around. Yeah, this just doesn't really match up. So I try something different. It ends up being the same shape as a little bit to the right. I just try to make nice matches. So the style is roughly the same. Sometimes it means doing things again and demolishing something and look look to it from a distance to see the shape. Yeah, there's this railroad here in the middle. It's been there forever, so I didn't want to demolish that or make it go underground or I like things to be above ground in this game so you can see the trains go and yeah, that's just it's more nice. It you can also build a subway that goes underground, but you hardly see anything of it. And I think that's a shame because it's nice to see the transport that you've built and how it blends in with the city. Yeah, here I'm trying to figure out which kind of bridge I want to build here. I did a round one on the left because the area is quite hilly. And the hotel you see on the left is on the highest point of this bit of the city, and the railway is really below that. And the park you see, well, below the railway is also a bit lower than that as well. So it was difficult to make that bridge. Yes, here I'm doing another pedestrian a pedestrian road or pathway, really, connected to the road and to the raised tram line that has to connect up with that pathway. The angles just might not be really perfect, but I just think they yeah, well, it looks nice, I think. Maybe it looks a bit like an eye, or I don't know. And the other side of the park, I added some things to attract visitors, like I'm trying here to build another yeah a park. Sadly, it needs a road access, so that's not really. Yeah, I haven't found a way to do this in a nice way without road access. They don't function, and I like to keep the round shape. So here you see me trying to make it blend in a little, and I try making a connection to the other side. You can see it's a little hilly, and it doesn't want to connect anywhere. So yeah, so I tried to make it connect here, but no. Let's try this from this side. It's just too steep, I guess, and I end up almost in the same position as the other bridge, so that's not a good one as well. Well, this This is nice, I think. Make a connection to this side, and now I'm also able to use the land on the other way, on the other side. I mean, of the railroad track. Yeah, this just doesn't want to go because it's on an incline, and it would have been nice if this was like a shortcut, like I've done in other places in this park. Here I'm figuring out how to connect it to the other part of town. And here I discover some little flaws. I try to correct them. I'm making all these curves really smooth. Yeah, I try to fit in one more part, but it's not in the middle. And this view doesn't make it really easy to see where you are, so you just have to go blind, really. But I think it's a bit more in the middle like this. And I decided to go with a pedestrian road because yeah, I think no cars should be able to get here. I hope in the future these parks will be able to connect to footpaths. But for now, a road will have to do. Eventually, I will be making this bit of the park a bit nicer as well. But for now, I just go with building a bridge that connects over the highway to the college you see on the right and to the neighborhood on the left. It takes a little bit of fiddling around. First, I try to make a nice circle again, but it's not fitting. Yeah, here there's a bit of a problem with the height of the overpass. There's a low overpass, a sound wall, and I don't think we need a pedestrian crossing on the highway. The game allows you to do so, but I don't think that's a good idea. So I try to go up and over because the area on the right is slightly higher than on the left. Yeah, this means to do this again. This might need some fine tuning. I don't know. I guess people would want to walk to the hospital as well. They come from the left side. So let's make another bridge here and a crossing. And there's a nice curve again. There's a college on the right, quite a big one. And I figured the students would be interested in taking a walk in the park or studying there. Or maybe they want to walk to the waterfront area. So there's another connection needed here. This game really allows you to build things that weren't possible in City Skylines 1. The flexibility is amazing. A little shortcut here. And having another look from a distance. And I think I've managed to make a nice shape. Maybe a bunch of shapes. Now it's time to add some trees using the forest brush. This time hoping that they don't overgrow the pathways I've been creating. So I use the big trees carefully and choose the little smaller bushes. And these things are, you can go outside of the lines and delete the trees you don't want without disturbing the trees from another species. So you can really make these shapes. You fill them, yeah, like within the lines. And I'm just trying to use as many different bushes and trees as I can. Try not to overlap them as much. I have to see how they grow out because it's winter in this moment in the game. And everything looks brown and it's very small when you plant them. But eventually these trees will grow out to be big trees. And I don't know how this is going to be working out. So this is a freshly planted park. And in the future it will be full with full-grown trees, maybe hiding some of the pathways. But I'll have to see that in the future. On these steep hills, I thought pines would be nice. They also stay green in the summer, sorry, in the winter. And just some little bushes here. Maybe the parking lots on the south side here are not so nice, but maybe I will change that. Here I'm trying to use some bigger trees. I hope in the future this will be looking nice. I think it will be looking nice. And if it's not, then I will do it again, knocking things down again, and I'll do it again. It's just a learning curve. See what this leads up to. It's nice to see people actually using this and walk from one side to the other. Maybe I'll show you a little bit later. So planting all these trees. Don't think the trees are really looking good in this game. They look a little, I don't know, pixelated or something. They don't really look like trees, but well, they'll have to do for now. Just some more, I think, apple trees. So imagine people come to this park and pick their own apples. So it's just a nice landscape with all kinds of different plants. Some repetitive, but in the end, it's a nice landscape, I think. Some more pines here, and a roundabout for the Grand Hotel. Try to get rid of all these and make it a little bit more cultivated. Yeah, this area, this needs more work. Obviously, there's more space to use, and eventually I will be filling this out. Maybe off camera, I don't know. Let me know what you think, and yeah, I'm always open for your comments and suggestions, so let me know. You also could follow me on Instagram. The link is, yeah, where the links are. And this is about the end of this video. I will let you know how this grows out and how it looks in the future. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time in the next video. And if you liked this video, then please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you know when I post new content. Again, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.